are many countries where women do not get the same privileges as men even today. So he thinks that Women's Day could be a great opportunity to throw some light on these issues. I welcome Chris.
So there are a lot of facts thrown around for why women are special. They're competing with men. Women can give birth. That sets them really high apart. They can become mothers and take care of children. So in my heart, they'll always be very special. So you don't really have to qualify their qualifications or their achievements. They are special as they are. Yeah, I know there is an evaluation section where everybody can give feedback, but as I usually do, I'm gonna try to get your feedback individually on those post-it notes. I really value them. I'll save them with my speech evaluation from the evaluator itself. So if you could just write things I could improve upon, more importantly than things I'm good at, that would be really useful. Home improvement projects. Raise your hand if you've thoroughly destroyed your place you live in, trying to do a really simple project in the house. Okay, so I'm not alone. So recently I was starting to work on a home improvement project a few months ago. It was going to be a very simple one. I just wanted to hang a hanging chair from the ceiling of my apartment. I know what you're thinking, this doesn't really qualify as a home improvement project. But considering the fact that the previous biggest project that I worked on was to push a pushpin through the wall and hang a painting, this was going to be huge for me. The first thing to note is these projects take a lot of time. So you estimate how long it takes, and for most people you multiply it by 2. That should work, right? For most people. Not for me. For me, you multiply it by another factor of 10. And maybe that would be the time I would take to complete it. When I started off the project, I had a picture of what I needed to do. I needed to identify the location of studs or joists, the load-bearing elements of the house, which lie behind the drywall in the apartment. I had to drill a hole through it, put a bolt, and hang the hammock chair. And so I bought a stud finder. I climbed up on my table, and then the rickety chair on top of the table. I ran the stud finder all over my apartment's ceiling. And wherever it beeped stud found, I put a colored tape to mark that there was a stud behind that area. And so I got on to drilling my first hole. I got onto my chair and started drilling. Pretty soon I hit metal. Studs are not made of metal. I was confused. I thought maybe I was unlucky. I hit that one bolt in the stud, and so I moved over a few centimeters and drilled another hole. I hit metal again. I really wanted to hang the hammock chair that day. And so I spent the whole evening drilling more holes and trying to figure out where the elusive stud was. After several minutes, I realized maybe there's something wrong with my living room. So I moved into my bedroom and repeated the whole process again. Nothing changed. So I moved to my veranda and more holes. I was tired that night. As I lay in my bed staring at the ceiling, I counted the stars in my ceiling. I also realized the tape I was using left a permanent residue, so it was a colorful starry night sky. The other day, I even realized I had the Orion constellation there. Anyway, I was now frustrated. Several days passed, I had no clue how to proceed. Where were those elusive studs? And then I had a brilliant idea. I took a screwdriver and started unscrewing every single fixture in my ceiling. I shone a heavy torchlight through the little hole behind these fixtures, trying to figure out where those elusive studs were. I only got tired. I had no clue where the studs were. I couldn't see beyond a few centimeters. It was pitch dark in those little holes. That night, though, I had a bigger problem. The sun had set, and I had no lights in my house. All the bulbs were on the floor, and I had no energy to put them back on, neither the skill. So that night, And several nights that followed, I lived like a caveman in my own house. I had candlelight dinners, that was good. But I took the candle into my restroom as well, so. And that's when I realized if you're living in apartment complexes, you have this magical portal where you can go and request, and the maintenance fairies, they'll come and fix everything. But I didn't know how to make my request. So I put a very innocent maintenance request saying the lights are not working in my room. It's not working in my living room, in my bedroom, kitchen, veranda, restroom, and the closet. P.S. The smoke alarms are also not working. I was hoping there wouldn't be an instant issue raised, for as they would enter my apartment, these maintenance fairies, the state at which my apartment was in, with wires dangling down from the ceiling and bulbs and screws laid down on the floor, even the smoke alarms were not spared. But fortunately, nothing happened. Even the starry, colorful night sky didn't raise an alarm. But my perseverance with this project finally helped out. As I was unscrewing the last lighting fixture in my closet, I noticed something in the ceiling. It was like an opening. I had an attic in my house, and not having realized that, I had drilled holes all through my ceiling. So anyway, that day, all excited about figuring out how the attic looked. It must be a heavenly place, beautiful, calm. It could be my personal place. I went in and saw it was hell. I could only step on the studs. There were wires running all over the place, and there were nails jutting down from the ceiling or the roof. I had to be very careful. I slowly approached the place where I wanted to hang my hammock chair and drilled the bolt in place. But as I was coming back, I accidentally stepped off the stud and onto the drywall, and I heard a loud crack. I squealed like a little girl, thinking I'd fall right through the ceiling into my apartment. Fortunately, nothing happened. I quickly got back onto the stud, came down into my apartment, and started looking at my ceiling. There was no hole. That was good. But there, as I peered closer, there was a slight crack that ran all across the ceiling. It was not very obvious, so I'm hoping when I leave this apartment, I wouldn't be charged for it. Anyway, I finally had my hammock chair installed, and it is the best thing ever. That's where I sit down to watch TV, to take phone calls, to eat. I pretty much do whatever I can on it. And with this successful project under my belt, I've already begun working on my next project. I'm now going to install a hot tub in my living room. Thank you.
Thank you, Krish. That's a very good speech. I now call upon our